Hey y'all, it's your girl UC Kayla. Happy Monday. Thank you so much for joining me back here. Thank you especially for being here since Sisters is on a mid-season break, y'all. But I promise every week we're getting into it about Sisters. It's not going to stop on my channel. If you have not watched my video about what you can expect from UC Kayla, please go look because it's going to tell you what we're getting into for the next 14 weeks. I'm going to be doing something called retro reviews where I pick some of my favorite shows that came on in the past. That's why it's called retro reviews, and I'm going to post those videos on Thursdays for like a throwback Thursday feel, just to give you all the nostalgia, all the feels. Or if you didn't watch the show back then, like that's happened to me, like I've gone back and watched shows that I was old enough to watch them, I was alive when they came on, but for some reason, I don't know, I guess I was under a rock. So I'm going to review those shows as a whole in a couple minutes, not an episode by episode breakdown, but we're going to do that. I'm also going to be doing a Sisters video every single week, guys. It's just going to be topics that are relevant to what's going on right now since I don't have any episodes to review. So I'm really happy for you all being here. Thank you so much for rocking with me. So let's just get right into it. If you see me looking over, I'm looking at my notes. Look, I got almost 400 subscribers, and I thank you guys so much. So y'all already know how I get down. If you're here and you're watching and you've been watching and you're not subscribed, please go ahead and hit that subscribe, guys. You don't want to miss what I'm doing because you obviously like it here. So join me. I love my subscribers. If you want to comment, like, share the content if you like it. I always try to respond back to you all because you really are important to me, and I do my best to get back with everybody. So let's get into the video. Is it Zac's fault that Karen is delusional, is acting delusional, is being delusional? Is it Zac's fault? We're going to get into that today, y'all. I'm going to give you some backstory first, just so I can give an informed opinion. I went back and rewatched some episodes. I want to make sure that I'm giving a solid opinion, and that doesn't make it facts, but I like to give an informed opinion. So since season 1, when Sisters started, Zac and Karen were off and on. However, as season 2 began, it was pretty clear that Karen was like done with Zac in that way. And then Zac was the one being delusional, coming over to Karen's house, busting in on Karen and Aaron in the hotel room of season 2, episode 4. But I think that jail time that he served when Fatima had to come and get him out, I think that knocked some sense into him. And then I don't feel like once he had that wake-up call in jail that he was completely over Karen. I think he just realized that, okay, I need to refocus and get serious about bettering myself as a man. Because earlier that day, or I guess the previous day, because it happened late at night, he had attended a chain breakers meeting, which is how Fatima ran into him, knocked him off his bike, how he met Fatima. They went into the chain breakers meeting. So he had this life-changing information, but immediately after the chain breakers meeting, he asked Fatima to drop him off at a hotel, which was the hotel to go bust in on Karen and Aaron. So it's like he made a physical step to change, but mentally and emotionally, he had not at all changed, which is why he got himself into that situation. So I think that jail time gave him some time to be like, you know what? I need to break this toxic cycle. One, of getting in trouble all the time, because Zac has been to jail 11 times, like he said on the show. And 2, the toxic cycle with Karen, because obviously she wants somebody else. She's trying to do something else. She's not for me what I need her to be, and I'm tired of hurting myself. So I think he just realized that there's more to life besides being up Karen's behind, and he needed to start putting himself first. Now, initially, though I am a Zatima fan, this video is coming from a Zatima fan, but I'm trying to present things factually, not just based on how I feel. Now, I don't think that it was about Fatima at first when Zac started changing. I think Fatima was just Zac's messenger for that wake-up call that he needed. Take chain breakers seriously. This can change your life. Do things that feel good for you. And I think Fatima was just the messenger. But because he was attracted to her, because like one of the first things he said to her when he looked up at her after she ran him over was like, man, you fine. So there was chemistry there. There was physical attraction there. And I think that's why they became more. But Fatima was really the messenger. And then they move forward from there. Now, Zac and Karen had never had like a closure conversation in season 2. Yeah, they never really had one. So that was from the beginning of season 2. He met Fatima. He and Fatima are moving along. The next conversation that Zac and Karen really had was season 2, episode 13, where she shows up to the job at the airport and is slapping him on the face in the back of a plane over some credit card fraud that he didn't even commit. Karen had been totally focused on Aaron, who she left Zac for, and she was telling her girls, including Fatima, when they had their girls' night out, how much she was into Aaron and how good he treats her, how different it was, and she was just glowing and beaming over Aaron. And then Karen even enacted revenge upon Zac after she slapped him in the face at work and put out a warrant for his arrest about that credit card fraud thing, even though Sabrina said, pump the brakes on that, let me find some more things out for you. But Karen had no remorse, and she had no remorse when it landed him back in jail. When Zac showed up to Karen's salon, this is at the end of season 2, this is episode 20, Zac did in fact coerce Karen into kissing him, having sex with him in that closet office scene. I think the episode season 220 is called Catch Fade. After they had, this little teary-eyed argument, you know how Zac will always cry and then she'd fold. And he knows Karen, he knows how to push her buttons, and she did fold. So that was his own selfish reasons. And then Zac seemed to like immediately snap out of it, after Aaron busted in on them. And he loved to say he didn't know it would happen. But when I rewatched the episode, I'm just like, sir, what did you think would happen? Like, he was literally moving her face to his to kiss her and stuff like that. And I understand when you're running on adrenaline and you're in the moment, everything is not calculated. But I don't think, so let me say this. I don't think Zac came to Karen with intentions to sleep with her. No. But saying I didn't know it was going to happen, it's a cop-out to me, because he did Fatima wrong. Like, if you were serious about what you was building with Fatima, you should have said what you had to say and left, like he does in season 3. So he's capable of doing it. In that moment, he had a weak moment, and he chose not to do it. And he knows how to push Karen's buttons, and he knows Karen has a weakness for him. So that was whack to me of Zac on his behalf, getting Karen back tied up into him. Now, again, I'm a Fatima fan, but I'm just calling it how I see it. And I believe that the result of that office scene was Karen falling back into, should we be together, should we not be together? But season 3, episode 1, Zac does go by Karen's house and give her $5,000 and like, hey, I'm going to pay you back. That was just sex. We're not getting back together. I'm moving forward. I think that was a little bit, I don't know. I think it was a little bit insensitive the way he did it, and he didn't do it in like an emotionally mature way, because at that point when he went to Karen's house with the money, they could have just had a clearing conversation right then. And I understand Zac don't write the script, Tyler Perry writes the script, and he has to keep a show going. But they really could have just had a conversation right there, like, look, Karen, I had a weak moment. I'm sorry for dragging you into it. But that was just me in the moment. I don't trust you anymore. You had me locked up, so we are totally done, because you know my criminal past. Whether Fatima's in the picture or not, I am totally done with you. I'm going to pay you back so I can clear my debt with you, because as a man, I feel like I need to do that. But just because I have love in my heart for you doesn't mean that I'm done with you in this toxic cycle. Like, that could have been a conversation, season 3, episode 1, and we could have been done with the saga of Zac versus Karen. However, Tyler Perry was kind of setting her character up to drag this out. And I know he had to build up to the pregnancy announcement and all that, but it's still not giving it. Now, it is make us talk about it. He's a genius for that, because I'm talking about it right now. But if it was trying to be realistic, that conversation could have been had episode 1 of season 3. Tyler Perry, instead of that, Tyler Perry had Zac and Karen have 4 conversations. I counted. I went back through the episodes in season 3. Zac and Karen had a conversation season 3, episode 5. That's when he came to the salon and was like, Fatima showed me something. I love it. I'm going after her with all my heart. Second conversation, season 3, episode 11. Zac comes and pays Karen back in the suit with the new Porsche and all that stuff. Pays her the money and they're like, we're going to let it be what it is and move on. Season 3, the third conversation, episode 17. After Karen tracked Zac down. Oh, they had another conversation. See, I didn't skip one. They actually had 5, but one was on the phone. You know what? I'm going to leave that separate because they've had a couple phone conversations because she kept calling him. So season 3, episode 17, when they have the conversation at Danny's house, Zac says, it's over. Love you, but it's over. Can't do this no more. I'm good on you. I'm not using Fatima to get over you. I'm just done with you. Season 3, fourth conversation, episode 20. This is when he goes to the salon because Karen lost her mind and popped up at Fatima's job and made a scene in the break room with her and Andy. He goes there in defense of Fatima. Once again, leave Fatima out of this, first of all. But once again, we're done. We're over. You locked me up. That's the moment I knew I am not coming back to you. It was not a mistake. I wish you well, but I'm done with you. And then she's like, oh, I'm pregnant. Okay, so they have had 4 conversations in season 3 where Zac was very clear and emphatically told her that it's over. Remember, this video is about, is it Zac's fault that Karen is acting like this? So I just told y'all about 4 face-to-face conversations that they had. Now, what about phone conversations? Season 3. I think it was episode 13 called Water Under the Bridge. Zac talks to Karen on the phone and was like, look, I unblocked you. I just thought it was best to have you blocked. But since we on the phone, he kept it short. He wasn't being lovey-dovey. He wasn't even being friendly. And he turned down her opportunity for dinner. Season 3, episode, I believe it was 15 or 16, or 15 and 16, when she was blowing him up, trying to get in contact with him, finally gets in contact with Zac via Danny on the phone for them to arrange that meetup. I think this is episode 16. He's like, Karen, you need to let this go. We don't have anything else really we need to talk about. I told you it was over. But she insisted on that meetup. So again, that's 2 more times that he told her it was over. Now, what about all the Karen fans? And when I say all the, because it's not a whole lot of them, but some of the Karen fans that are like, well, Zac he's not all that. And if he had the chance, he would get back with Karen. Zac has had several chances to backslide with Karen. Let's get into it. He has not backslid with Karen since season 2, episode 20. Season 2, episode 22, Fatima kicked Zac out. Where did Zac end up? At Danny's house, chilling with Preston until Danny showed up and kicked him out. He could have went right back to Karen because at that point it was fresh. She was in her feelings and Zac knows Karen well enough to know that. He didn't go back to Karen. Season 3, episode 1, when Zac and Fatima have their little fallout because she kicked him out over what he did and she goes on her date. Zac didn't slide over to Karen's house. He slept in his truck. Season 3, episode 5, when Zac went to the salon to meet Karen and talk to her like we just talked about. They could have had another backslide in the office. They did not. He said it was over. Season 3, episode 11, again, like I already mentioned, they could have backslid at that salon again. He did not. He turned down her dinner advance in episode 13. So again, I don't know why all these people are like, oh, Zac would be back with Karen. No, Karen wants to be with Zac. Now, side note, I don't know what Fatima was tripping on in season 3. What was that, episode 19, when they was at the hotel? So they was at the hotel, episode 18 at the end, but episode 19 was, the scene where she says she loves him. I don't know why she was tripping like, oh, you couldn't go to her house. Fatima knew coming into the situation, they met and she instantly knew Zac told her about his ex that he was trying to get over. So why was it an issue for you, Fatima, my sis that I love so much, that he didn't want to go to her house? It will obviously be too much for her. because she's already slept with him since you've been dealing with him. But even if it was too much for him, you should be happy that he respects you enough not to put himself in a position and a space to do anything to disrespect you or cheat or whatever like that. It would be cheating because they were officially together by then. So I think Fatima was just grasping at straws because she was mad at herself because she was in love with Zac by that point. Because her heart was moving faster than she wanted it to. So I think she was just grasping at straws. Because it's like, why would it be a big deal that he didn't go to her house? Good for him for not putting himself in a situation to do anything bad. I mean, at the end of the day, they was together for 3 years and he was with her the same way she was with him. So a man also, like, as women, I think sometimes we make it more about ourselves during a breakup, but the man also was in a relationship, so he has feelings and he also has to sort through and move on. And I think Zac made a good decision, to not go to the house. Now, in season 3, episode 21, after she dropped a pregnancy bomb at the end of episode 20, Zac once again did not backslide with Karen. Even though he cried in that office, it didn't turn into what it had turned into in season 2. He was just like, look, I'm sorry, we didn't work out, but leave Fatima out of this. I love her. I'll be a father, but we're not going to be together, So I know by the way, the video started and that little blurb about the office scene, y'all was going to think that I was going to say, maybe it is Zac's fault. Maybe Zac did contribute to this. Karen's behavior, in my opinion, is Karen's fault because this man has told her in person 4 times that they're over. He has told her on the phone at least 2 times, now that I can think of, that they're over. He has not given her a reason since that one backsliding incident that he immediately told her was just sex for him. He has not given her a reason to think that they're going to get back together or that it's deeper than what it is. And then season 4, Karen literally has just turned into a stalker since episode 1 when she popped up at the house. She just be popping up, popping like popcorn, just popping up everywhere. And I'm just like, ma'am, like Karen is going out sad. So I don't think that her delusional behavior is Zac's fault. At this point, it's Karen's fault. Like, this man has taken accountability for what he's done. He's taken accountability for the backsliding incident to Karen and to Fatima. He has had a clearing conversation on several occasions where she said she needed to move on. He's granted her that even though he didn't want to go. He's told her the truth. I love you, but it's over. He's told her what she wanted to hear. I don't love you no more. Like, what else can he do? And then the fact that on the mid-season finale, Karen is sitting there saying to Danny, I'm going to get him back. My mind is just blown. Like, Tyler Perry, he got her going outside. Like, is this a real thing? I have never seen anything like this. Like, not saying that I've never seen somebody get done wrong or been done wrong and break up and you still want the person. Yes, but normally people try to keep some dignity about themselves. Like, this is just, it's pathetic at this point. I mean, Zac has told us over. Fatima has told her that her and Zac are crazy about each other, and sometimes people are not a good fit. Danny has told her emphatically that it's over. Danny been telling her that it's over. All her friends, including Andy, have told her it's over, but she's just refusing to take the L. But Karen, you take an L almost every episode because you're refusing to take the L. You're still losing. But you're putting yourself in a position to take these multiple L's because you just won't take the one L of the relationship is over. And you're forcing something. Like, you can't make somebody be with you. Would you even want Zac if he chose? But anyway, y'all, that's my opinion on Karen's behavior. And I'm calling it delusional because literally, sis, she won't let it come together in her mind. And that's not the best word I can think of for is delusional. But no, I don't think it's Zac's fault. I think Zac made a contribution with how toxic he was in a relationship and then that backsliding incident in the closet. But Zac has more than tried to clear this up, and sis don't want it to be clear. She don't want clarity. She wants it to be cloudy. She wants to pretend like it's not sinking in so she doesn't have to deal with the reality of it being over. And that's just UC Kayla's opinion. So thank you guys for rocking with me today. Thank you for joining me. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Please remember to subscribe, like, comment, and share if you like this content. And I will be back next week with another Sisters video. And I will be back later this week with a retro review. So thank you guys. I really appreciate you. Have a wonderful Monday.